Oh, hey. Sorry, I was doing some welding. Had to, safety first and all that. Man. Well, no time like the present, I guess. How they hangin', Dino Dudes? It's me, the Media Raptor, and welcome back to Jaws-Uary. Yes, guys, we're continuing this shark-themed month, and I've gotten out my autographed copy of Sharknado on DVD, autographed by the entire cast and some of the special effects people, because I'm that big of a Sharknado fan. Yeah, I really am kind of lonely when I think about it. But anyhow, let's talk about the 2010 follow-up to last week's review, or yesterday's, or whenever the heck you're watching this. Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus. Now, this one in particular is quite special to me. Why? It was the first first shark movie, first bad shark movie I ever watched. It was my first experience into the B shark movie genre. And to this day, despite its obvious flaws, it's still pretty enjoyable. I understand this review will probably be rather biased in a sense because, well, for one, I love these bad shark movies, and two, when it's the first one you ever watched, you kind of are going to hold it up in a little bit more of a guard than anything else when you think about it. Anyhow, so how about we stop talking and get right to the review. Straight up, the story makes no sense. I'm willing to at least try and understand how the Crocosaurus came to be, because it's just sort of like, oh, by the way, there's a giant crocodile now that lives in Australia or something, because screw you, that's why. But the mega shark died in the last movie. We saw its charred remains burned to essentially a fossil falling down into the ocean attached to the remains of the giant octopus. Is there any reason as to why they're back? No. Are any of the characters from the last movie back? No. Does this have any continuity? Does the first movie really mean anything to this one? Nope. Brand new movie, brand new cast, shut up and watch it. That's pretty much the best way to take this. And really, any SyFy Channel movie aside from Sharknado that has more than one in the series, do not expect any form of returning characters or recurring story plot points or anything. It's once they've done one, that's pretty much it. They're good to go to the next one, and they're gonna keep on going. That's kind of what I learned. So, our characters this time are... Jaleel White is one of them. He's the only actor I can really remember by name because I made so many Urkel jokes while watching it. Who plays a military person. Then we have this Australian guy who plays a crocodile hunter. And then we have another military person. And that's it. Props to the last movie where I at least remembered the characters, enjoyed them, and liked them a lot. This one, not nearly as much. They're not bad characters, they're just really bland. I don't hate them, I didn't want them to die, but I wasn't also like, oh, I'm happy they're alive. If they'd actually continued it with the characters from Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus, that would have been really interesting. You know why? We could have seen these characters who already know about the Mega Shark and about other abnormally large creatures trying to deal with a new set of them. Yes, I understand. I'm trying to bring logic and canonicity, even a sort of expanded universe, into a SyFy Channel movie about a giant shark. Shut up, it's just how my mind works. But really, none of these characters are that memorable. In fact, not a lot about this movie is super memorable to me, aside from the fact that it's the first one I saw. But the fight scenes are a lot better. The dialogue is stepped up. From the last one, well, I really didn't remember pretty much anything, because a lot of it seemed very bland and basic. This one, they actually try and add a little bit of humor here or there, or they add a little bit of things to try and bring your interest into it. So, props to them for that. And the characters, well, while the characters themselves are boring, what they do isn't. They actually do things that are interesting, that move the plot along, and they don't as much wait this time for the monsters to come to them, they go after the monsters. So, big thumbs up there. Acting, let's see. I said Jaleel White. Acting in this movie, I'm just going to come out and say it, is mediocre, I guess. There's really no performance that truly stands out aside from the others, aside from Gary Stretch. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. I'm looking him up right now. He was in Dead Man's Shoes, Alexander Savage's Dead Dogs Lie, Flash Me, My Father Die, Jurassic Attack. Like, okay, he's been in nothing that I really know. But he at least was interesting, and he was British, not Australian. Sometimes the accents get confusing. Who the heck is Robert Picardo? Huh. So it seems like a dude who's worked on Star Trek was in this movie. I haven't seen much in terms of Star Trek, so I can't really say if that means much to me. Are you guys kind of getting my point here? None of these actors are really that good, but none of them are really that bad. And, well, the last one, it took a while for the monsters to actually meet up and fight. This one, they seem to have learned from that, and it's mostly monsters fighting. So, thumbs up to that. And, speaking of the monsters, the effects have actually taken a step up. Now, for some reason, the monsters look a bit better than the last one, and the fight scenes have taken a large step up and are now very much action-packed, rolling around destroying cities. We have whole scenes of the Crocosaurus just laying waste to cities on its own, and then the Mega Shark taking out subs and military ships, and like they actually give the monsters stuff to do instead of just having them sort of stand around till eventually the plot goes, okay, meet and fight. Where in this one it's like, cause chaos, destroy stuff, kill people, then meet and fight. And this time they actually added something rather interesting. The Croc, for some reason, is pregnant. So they have to deal with a whole armada of mini Crocs, which don't really do anything aside from look really fake in one scene and get blown up at the end. But at least it was something more than just a giant hentai attack, essentially. Yeah, so the effects, they still look horrible, though. Do not think that I'm saying the effects are good. They're not. They are, once again, SyFy Channel Asylum effects. If you're coming here expecting good effects, please turn around and leave. Because they are bad, but you're going to laugh at them. There are scenes when I outright laughed, because something else that has to do with the acting, I just remembered this. Several of the extras seem to know that this is going to be a bad movie, so they give everything and then some to try and act over the top, crazy, scared. It's hilarious to watch. It genuinely is. It's stuff like that why I love these movies, because there's always someone who's just having fun with it. So, yeah, I can totally recommend Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus. I don't have the Blu-ray on me because I don't know where I put it, but I got this 3-pack that came with Two-Headed Shark Attack, 2010 Moby Dick, and Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus. There's a ton of like DVDs and Blu-rays like that, so if you ever find one, just pick it up. It's worth the $5 or however much I paid for it, I don't really remember. You're guaranteed to at least have a little bit of fun. Really, if you get some friends over, you get some drinks and snacks, and just riff it as you go, you're gonna have a great time. I know I sure did. And, well, until next time, you guys, this is the Media Raptor, once again as always, saying keep cool, and I will see all you Dino Dudes around. Later.